An historic first for space missions. A robotic probe lands on a speeding comet in a dramatic mission that's been 10 years in the making. CCTV's Jim Spellman is in our Washington newsroom with more on the European Space Agency's landing. Jim.
It's so exciting, Elaine. Now, it's not clear at this point if the landing craft is operational and fully functional, but the scientists behind the mission are celebrating landing on this comet almost 500 million kilometers from Earth. The reaction at Mission Control set it off, as word arrived that the Philae lander had touched down on a comet known as 67P. The landing craft took to Twitter, yep, it has a Twitter account, to make the announcement. Touchdown, my new address, 67P.
So we can't be happier than what we are now. We definitely confirmed that the lander is on the surface.
The mission began a decade ago as the Rosetta orbiter began its long journey from Earth to the comet, a distance of some 500 million kilometers. The orbiter captured this picture of Philae as it detached and began to move toward the comet. This animation shows how the lander, which weighs about 100 kilos and is about the size of a washing machine, should have touched down 7 hours later on the comet's surface. Philae snapped this picture from about 3 kilometers above the comet before landing on the surface.
We had a very clear signal there, and we also received data from the lander, housekeeping data, and also science data. That's the very good news.
But the news hasn't been all good. The comet has very little gravity, and Philae may not be stable.
Not so good news is that the anchoring harpoons apparently did not fire. So the lander is not anchored to the surface.
The mission control team at the European Space Agency believes the lander essentially bounced on impact, since those harpoons didn't fire to secure it to the comet's surface. They lost contact as this was happening, but they think it hit the surface again after bouncing. They aren't sure the exact status of Philae now, as the orbiter is currently on the opposite side of the comet, meaning it can't receive data from that landing craft. Scientists there joked they didn't land once, they landed twice in one day. Just getting a craft to the surface is a major achievement, but they really do hope that they can establish contact again and that Philae can get to work on its many scientific missions, Elaine.
And Jim, what do they hope to learn about the comet?
Right, so Philae will take samples of the surface. It even has a drill that can drill down about 20 centimeters. They hope that by analyzing these samples, they can learn more about the formation of the Earth. Comets have a lot of the same material as the Earth and other planets did when they were formed still on those comets.
All right, Jim Spellman in our Washington newsroom, thanks for that.